Safe Spaces Act was signed into law last April 17, 2019, and the implementing rules and regulations was approved on October 28, 2019. So when you talk about safe spaces, so that is actually a law that aims to make our street and public spaces and the internet safe from any form of gender-based sexual harassment. Okay, by criminalizing gender-based sexual harassment in these spaces. So yung word natin dyan is yung ano natin, yung target nito is yung mga form of gender-based sexual harassment. So, before, we know for a fact na meron na tayong mga sexual harassment law. Okay, yung sexual harassment natin na nakafocus lang sa babae. So, ngayon, it's already include the members of the LGBTQIA+. Okay, so yan yung coverage. So hindi na siya limited only to women who are experiencing forms of harassment in the workplace. Okay, so ang ano dyan is acronym is WET. So work, employment, and yung T is tatlo yun eh. Okay, so but then again it's focused on women. Ito na kasi meron na tayong tinatawag na yung mga members of the LGBT ay covered na rin. Okay, so it criminalizes kasi nga this is a special penal law. Okay, so special penal law po ito. So when we talk about the special penal law, it criminalizes, meaning meron ng kulong. Okay, any form of violation of this law, meron pong kulong. So next is, of course, yung objective niya is to address existing gaps and issues on equality, security, and safety of both men and women in private and public spaces. So baka yung tanong ng iba, bakit yung nandyan naman lang naman sa batas is both men and women? So does it mean na hindi na covered yung mga LGBT? So hindi po, kasi ang men and ito is women, there are only these classifications of sex. Kaya lang yung point natin dito, merong mga gender preferences ng mga tao. So all of these members of LGBTQ+ are also covered under this law. So to address gender-based sexual harassment. So yan po. When you talk about public spaces, ito po yung definition. So we have street, alleys, roads. Kasi minsan, okay, maybe we can now give an example para ma-enlighten po kayo. So, for example, naglalakad ka along the way, di ba? Naglalakad ka sa highway. So, ang nangyayari minsan, di ba? Before parang it's normal to us to hear a guy, okay, no, kumakat-calling a girl, di ba? Yung agsit-sit ko So dati there's no punishment for that. So ngayon meron na po. So under the Safe Spaces Act, so if the act that was done is malicious. Okay, so minsan kasi 'di ba, nakadepende naman sa atin 'yan eh. But then again, basically, no, agsit-sit ka, kadete may isang tao, that's already a violation of the yung Safe Spaces Act or the Anti-Bastos Law. Kaya lang, nakadepende pa rin sa tao kung how he will take that kind of act that was done to him. So, ito rin ang gusto nating linawin kasi bakit yung iba naman ayos lang. But generally speaking, hindi po pwede yun. Okay, di kita agsit-sit kanyang tadaldalan, lalo no may isa ka nga babae, so that is not allowed. But then again, it's up to you whether you're going to file a case or not to that offender. Okay, so it's your choice, but basically hindi po tama yun. Okay, so clarify lang natin kasi minsan merong magtatanong na wala namang napaparusahan. So it's up to the person, the victim, to file the appropriate case in court. Pero yung question natin kung pwede pa siyang kasuhan or hindi, pwede po. Okay, so, i-ano rin natin na we hope to, hopefully in the future, we will see a decided case that will reach upon the Supreme Court na violation of this law para mayroon tayong halimbawa. But hopefully wala po. Okay, so because at the end of the day, gusto natin na hindi bina-violate ang batas. Okay, we have also common carriers, public utility vehicle. Wait lang po. Wait. Na parang may napindot ako. Okay, so we go back. Wait lang. Meron yata akong napindot. So we have common carriers, public utility vehicles, private vehicles covered by app-based transport network services. Okay, so that would include of course yung mga Grab. Okay, covered din po sila. So basically lahat, kung titingnan mo lahat ng public utility vehicles covered po sila, even if it is privately owned, covered po. Okay, pero yung batas kasi natin naging specific lang, so naglista lang siya dyan, but basically lahat po. Okay, other recreational services, ayan yung mga mini-mention niya. Yan yung such as cinema halls, theaters, okay. All other areas regardless of ownership, openly accessible or offered to be accessed by the public. So basically lahat. So yung tanong natin, do public places only refer to places owned by the public or the government? So hindi po. So this include privately owned areas. So it's not because that you own that place. Okay, baka kasi minsan yung mga pasaway din sinasabi nila na kung ayaw mo yung aking patakaran, di lumayas ka rito. Kaya pag-aari ko tong lugar na to. So pwede bang yon, depensa sa korte? Ang sagot mo ng batas, hindi po. Kasi yung sinasabing public places, it does not refer to ownership. Okay, so yan po, privately owned areas are covered. That as long as it is open to the public. Kasi siyempre naman pag sa bahay nyo yan, sa inyong mga miyembro ng pamilya, so meron kayong pag-uusap, so it does not apply to you. Siyempre pag nilalambing mo yung asawa mo, alangan naman na pwede siyang covered ng anti-bastos law, di ba? So that is a private matter already. Itong binabanggit ng batas, privately owned areas, yung spaces or buildings that are open to the public. So gaya ng example ko kanina, yung halimbawa pumasok kayo sa private property, ngayon yung owner, it's not because he is the owner of that property, pwede ka na niyang bastusin. Okay, na he can pass on to you, yung parang babastusin ka, isit-sitan na ka or whatever form of sexual harassment, hindi po pwede yun. Hindi pwedeng justification na it's because that property is privately owned by him. So we have this difference ng ating old law. Yung old law naman, it does not, later on, sasabihin ko na hindi siya repealed. Okay, the old law na ating yung anti-sexual harassment, okay, yung sexual harassment, nandyan pa rin. Okay, so nandyan pa rin and meron lang tayong Safe Spaces Act na nadagdag. Okay, so yan yung dito sa old law, offender natin, only persons in authority. Kasi ito kasi related sa ating work, education, and training. So yun ang meaning ng WET. Okay, so ito lang yung mga coverage ng old law na anti-sexual harassment law. And of course, ayan, nabanggit sa baba, where offense is committed, work, education, and training environment. Dito sa natin, Safe Spaces Act, so ano po yan anyone can be offender. So pwedeng, eto kasi only persons in authority, meaning yung boss to subordinates. Eto kasing Safe Spaces Act, kahit sino, okay, include subordinates or peers. So halimbawa, boss ka, so yung boss binabastos ng subordinates, so pwede mong kasuhan. So dito kasi sa old law, ang pwede lang magkaso is yung mga nasa baba, kakasuhan niya yung boss. Kasi merong tawag nito yung tawag na to, nakalimutan ko yung term na siyempre may supremacy kasi yun Okay, may supremacy yung boss doon sa kanyang staff, doon sa old law. Pero dito sa kabila, hindi po. Okay, lahat pwede. Interchangeably, pwede yung boss file ng case sa kanyang staff. Yung staff naman or subordinates can file a case against the boss. in violation of the Safe Spaces Act. Okay, so yung definition natin sa ano natin is limited. So dito sa ating wait lang. Dito sa wait lang yun. Hindi siya, wait lang. Okay, so wait lang. Ayun, sa ating ano natin, covers even sexist, homophobic, and transphobic remarks. So noon, pwede nating, we can joke our employees, di ba? Hindi, walang batas na nagko-cover. Ngayon, meron na. Okay, so may specific law na any form of homophobic or transphobic remarks are in violation of this law. Okay, so alam naman natin siguro yung ibig sabihin ng homophobic and transphobic remarks. Although we will define it later in the subsequent slides. So ito po yung ating mga penalty to be penalty. Okay, so sabi nga natin kanina, it was criminalized. So when you talk about a law being criminalized, so nagiging special penal law, may penalty. Ang penalty na nire-refer dyan is imprisonment. So nakita nyo dito, first offense, second, and third offense. So yung maximum penalty to be imposed for like yung sa third offense would be arresto menor or 11 to 30 days or a fine of 10,000 pesos. So yung any form of cursing, wolf whistling, so baka merong mga pilosopo, hindi naman ako wolf, hindi naman ako pusa para tawaging catcalling. Okay, yung ating ginawa. So hindi pong ganoon. Okay, so leering, intrusive, gazing, or taunting, or unwanted invitations, misogynistic, transphobic, homophobic, and sexist slurs. So tayo kasi parang nagiging normal yung mga ganyang mga binabanggit, lalo na sa ating workplace. So sa ilalim po ng Safe Spaces Act, clear po yan na bawal. Otherwise, you will be penalized. Okay, so whether it is first offense, second offense, or third offense. Ayan, making offensive body gestures at someone. Okay, so wala na yung sinasabi na, di ba dati kasi, dino-normalize natin na kapag babae ang nanglalandi sa lalaki, tapos nagko-comment yung, ang hina mo naman, babae na nga yung nanglalandi, di ka pa uma-action. So, would that constitute a violation of the Safe Spaces Act? The answer is yes. Kasi that is an offensive body gestures at someone. Okay, so for sexual gratification of the perpetrator, okay, with the effect of demeaning, harassing or threatening or intimidating the offended party. So hindi po pwede yan. Okay, so you might be, okay, for third offense, arresto mayor, 1 month and 1 day to 6 months and a fine. So yan, stalking any of the acts mentioned earlier. O yan. Yan, may mga stalking din. Yan, tingnan nyo, third offense. Ang mahal, arresto mayor in its maximum period or a fine of 100,000 pesos. Gender-based online sexual harassment. Okay, includes acts the use of information and communications technology in terrorizing and intimidating your victim. So it would reach up to 500,000 okay, na fine or imprisonment of prison correctional in its medium period or both at the discretion of the court. So could you imagine, gender-based online sexual harassment. So if the perpetrator is a juridical person, ayan, pwedeng i-revoke ang kanyang license or franchise. Kaya ngayon, napapansin ninyo na if there are allegations of violations of this act, yung Safe Spaces Act, di ba, pambabastos sa kanilang mga kliyente, so nag-i-issue ng statement ang isang juridical entity kasi para linawin na wala silang partisipasyon doon sa aksyon ng kanilang ng kanilang empleyado because of this. Kasi they might the license or their franchise might be automatically revoked. So dapat ito, we spread it as well to other people, most especially those who own businesses na meron talaga silang pananagutan din sa batas pagdating sa proper observation of the Safe Spaces Act or the Anti-Bastos Law. So pagdating naman sa ating mga alien, so hindi rin alam naman natin ang alien. So basically yan yung mga sinasabi natin na mga foreigners or those people who are sojourning or just traveling to the Philippines. Okay, yung coverage ng law natin is not because they are not citizen of this country, hindi na sila covered. The answer is no. Okay, they can still be liable. So they can be subject to deportation proceedings. Pwede silang palayasin ng bansa after serving sentence and payment of fine. So makukulong pa rin sila, magbabayad sila ng fine. In addition to that is deportation proceedings. Ayan, mga gender-based online sexual harassment. So, ang tanong natin dyan, kung tayo ba, pwede bang justification na it's because we are a public property, kasi public employee ka, pwede pag nag-post ka online, pwede ka na lang i-harass ng mga tao. The answer is no. Okay, so hindi po pwede yan. Hindi natin pwedeng i-assail yung ating doctrine of fair comment. Hindi po. Okay, because kahit sabihin natin na totoo yun, yung kanilang kinokomento, but then again, yung bottom line dyan is, what is your intention to bring that matter, to the public? Diba? Malicious yan eh. Is it in line of my duty? Okay, question din yan. So, bakit parte ba ng trabaho ko, yung pagkatao ko, hindi naman, diba? So, kung yan ay it's a form of sexual harassment, so that can be that person can be liable. So nandyan yung mga acts, physical, psychological, and emotional threats. Ayan, mga unwanted sexual, misogynistic, transphobic, homophobic, and sexist remarks and comments online. So invasion of the victim's privacy through cyber talking, incessant messaging. Diba, may mga nagte-text sa inyo ng mga hindi tamang mga or form of sexual harassment, pambabastos, tinetext ka. So, pwede yun. Another one is uploading and sharing without the consent of the victim of any form of media that contains photo, voice, or video with sexual content. Dito kasi sa Pilipinas, ay tagal na itong considered to be violation, but then again, tayo kasi nagiging katuwaan. Kaya we are using our platform to also inform the public na we should all remember na mayroong talagang batas na nagpaparusa sa ganitong mga aksyon. So, gaya ng nangyari, di ba? Meron nga akong na-upload na video ng isang bata nagre-reklamo dahil sa kanyang pagkahuli through a bypass operation. Sabi ko, kasi kayo mga bata minsan, unang-una dyan, yung entertain yung mga nagte-text sa inyo. So if that message is not really intended to you, you disregard it, huwag nyong sagutin. So, and do not as well yan, ginagawa nyong katuwaan na you share yung mga videos through with sexual content sa inyong Facebook. So that's also a violation of this. Another one, unauthorized recording and sharing of any of the victims' photos, videos, or information online, and impersonating identities of victims online, or posting lies about victims to harm their reputation. So, yung nga, it's not because na tayo ay empleyado ng gobyerno, ay meron na kayong karapatan na i-post na lang kung ano-ano yung you will try to harm our reputation or to damage our reputation. Hindi mo pwedeng gawing depensa na it's because I am a public employee, public figure, subject to criticism. Anong form of criticism yan, di ba? Okay, yung mga mag-post ng aking mga nakaraan. Okay, yung personal na buhay ko. So, as long as it is not in a way connected to my duties and responsibilities as a public employee or official, so mapwedeng kang kasuhan dyan. Okay. So for posting malicious photos online, Yan, yung mga filing false abuse, representation on platforms to silence the victim. Yan, yung qualified gender-based sexual harassment. Yung qualified gender-based sexual harassment, the penalty to be imposed is 1 degree higher. So alam naman natin na ang ibig lang niyang sabihin, yung isang qualified gender-based sexual harassment, ano ang nagka-qualify sa isang violation? Of course, yan yung mga moral ascendancy. Yun ang gusto kong sabihin, yung moral ascendancy. Ginagamit mo ang iyong position para cause ng sexual form of sexual harassment to your na connected sa I mean you cause sexual harassment to people. Okay, so like for example, moral ascendancy, ikaw yung boss, yung empleyado mo, dahil ginamit mo yung posisyon para i-harass yung isa mong kasama, so that would be a qualified gender-based sexual harassment. So the penalty to be imposed is 1 degree higher. So nandyan din yung ating gender-based sexual harassment in the workplace and educational or training environment. Dito, gaya ng sinabi ko, lag kong sinasabi, pag tayong mga nagtatrabaho sa gobyerno, threefold yan yung kanyang liability. So we have criminal liability, kulong. Civil liability, okay, may bayad. Yung administrative liability, relating to our work. So pwede kang suspension, pwede ka ring reprimanded, okay lang kung reprimanded ka lang, they will call your attention. Or pwede kang masuspend. So kung masuspend, wala kang matatanggap. Or pwede kang matanggal sa serbisyo. Okay, removal or termination from the service. Ang masaklap doon kung meron pang perpetual disqualification to enter government service. Okay, so lagi nating tatandaan na mahirap maging taong gobyerno. Ayan, yung ating who are the offenders, ulitin natin, of the gender-based sexual harassment in the workplace. So, it may be committed between peers. Unlike before na naka-focus lang sa mga subordinates, yung mga biktima against their superior. Ngayon, hindi na. So, it can be between peers. Pwedeng superior to subordinates to superior officer. So what constitute yung gender-based sexual harassment in the workplace? Ayan. So unwelcome sexual advances, requests or demands for sexual favors. So we should be aware of how we deal with other people. So minsan meron tayong kasing sumusobra tayo doon sa ating mga we have sa ating mga sinasabi na hindi natin alam na meron palang those people who are uncomfortable with our words, diba? So unang-una kasi, ano ba naman kasi ang talagang ine-expect sa inyo sa workplace, magtrabaho? Bakit kasi may nadadagdag na form of sexual advances or request or demand for sexual favors? Ayan, any conduct of sexual nature, okay, affecting the dignity of a person. Ayan. Kasi tayo, mahilig tayong mag-joke sa office, ganyan. So alam naman natin yung mga tamang jokes na hindi naman nakakabastos na doon sa pagkatao ng isang tao. So regardless of his gender preference, diba, lagi natin kasing pinapakailaman ang kanilang personal na buhay. So it's their choice. Okay, so bakit ganito ka, hindi ka nag-asawa or ano, and then lumalalim yung binabanggit, and then later on that other person will feel uncomfortable with that kind of statements, pwede kanyang kasuhan ng violation of the Safe Spaces Act. Okay, so hindi po yan kasi it would be, kasi merong mga that would be classified as unwelcome, unreasonable, and offensive to the recipient. Ayan, yung ating conduct that is unwelcome and pervasive and creates an intimidating, hostile, or humiliating environment. Okay, so what else? Ayan, offenders of yan, ng education and training. Pwede yan, very specific na school heads, teachers, instructors, professors, coaches, and trainers. So any person who has authority to influence or moral ascendancy over another, students and trainees. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina na qualified, okay, violator of the anti-bastos law. So, mas mabigat ang kanilang pananagutan sa ilalim ng batas. So, ito pwede rin siguro nating i-train sa mga bata na, di ba ngayon, prevalent yung mga teachers who are abusing their students na naggumagawa sila ng parang okay kasi hindi na-absorb ng mga bata ng mga ganitong aksyon ng mga teachers na nagte-text or any form of sexual favors, especially those who are minors. Ayan, aside from this, mas may mabigat pang mga other laws that would penalize them. So dapat siguro somehow in the future you also include this in your activity na i-educate yung mga bata na hindi tama, hindi nakakalalaki or yung nakaka-proud na sabihin yung mga unwelcome messages na type ka ng teacher mo, kung ano yung sinasabi niya. Okay, so hindi po tama yun. That is not part of their work anyway. So hindi po tama yun. So dapat ipaalam natin din sa mga bata. So tayo naman, hindi tayo dapat victim blaming. It's not because the student would react positively to your message na sa halimbawa yung teacher sinabi niya na may kursunada siya dun sa estudyante, yung estudyante naman parang umayon naman dun sa sinabi ng teacher. It does not mean, the law does not say so, na hindi naman niya binabanggit na hindi dahil pumabor yung estudyante, especially if that is a minor, okay na sa kanya yun. Can you use that as a defense? The answer is no. Okay, yung ating mga teachers dyan. Okay, so catcalling, ayan, yung unwanted remarks directed towards a person in the form of wolf whistling, okay, misogynistic, transphobic, homophobic, and sexist slurs. So yung mga dumadaan kahit sila ay strangers, it does not mean na it's not because wala ka namang intention, you don't have any malicious intent to that person. Pwede bang i-justify? Hindi po. Kasi dito, ayan, unwanted remarks. Okay, pambabastos na yon, so pwede kang kasuhan. Homophobic remarks or slurs. Yan, yung mga any form of fear. Okay, yung indicative of fear, hatred, or aversion towards person who are perceived to be or actually identify as lesbian, gay, bisexual, queer, pansexual, and such other persons of diverse sexual orientation. So wala tayong kasi pakialam in the first place sa buhay ng ibang tao. Okay? So kung ano yung gender preference niya, sa kanya na yun. Wag niyong do not comment kasi that's not part of your work anyway. Yun ngang mali sa atin dito sa Pilipinas, we just tolerated it in the past. Although meron siyang katapat na batas before, but then again, at least ngayon, ginawa na siyang batas. Okay, next is yan, misogynistic remark, hating women or the belief that men are of superior, di ba? Pero hindi na ngayon mas marami ng women hating men. Okay, so marami na. And then sa workplace din parang mas mabilis na nag-give up yung men kasi nga 'di ba, men are known to be of superior. Okay, yung superior yung tawag nito, yung kanyang pagkakakilanlan. But then again, hindi naman biblical naman kasi yon, nasabi niyang superior in a sense that when it comes to relationship between men and women, yung kanyang superiority na sinasabi doon, it's more of the physical. Tayo naman kasi minsan, di ba, physical work. Kung natin awanti, nagdumanti, babae kin lalakitan. But then again, it's up to you how you will define it. Pero biblically, di ba, merong difference yan. Okay, because out of respect. Unang-una, physical work. magbuhat ng bato. Okay, so sinasabi mo na equal ang lalaki at babae, pero pagbubuhat ng 100 kilos na bato, ipabubuhat mo sa babae, sasabihin niya, oh, dapat ikaw na lalaking magbubuhat kasi mas kaya mong buhatin yan, mas malakas ka sa akin. Bakit you are asserting equality, okay, between man and woman? Bakit ngayon pag magbubuhat ng bato, papabuhat mo sa lalaki, di ba equal? Okay, so anyway, yun lang ang comment natin. Hindi naman we are not pointing we do not respect equality between men and women, pero may application naman may application yan in real life situation. Okay, so but then again, the law says equal tayo, but then sa application it differs. Okay, in real life situation. So anyway, that's just sharing, hindi yan part ng batas. Yung sabi ng batas, patas daw. Okay, we have transphobic remarks or slurs. Okay, yan. Yung mga, ayan, na-define na natin kanina. Okay, yung mga galit sa mga transgender. Okay. So, you just keep your anger to yourself. Okay, huwag nyong gawin to sa iba kasi most likely, yan, mananagot ka sa batas. Okay, so, public places, papahiya mo yung isang tao. So, mananagot ka sa batas. Another one is sexist remarks or slurs. Yeah. Stereotyping, discrimination on the basis of the sex of that person. So, yan, stalking. Okay, so nabanggit na rin natin yan kanina. Yan, repeated visual or physical proximity. So, yan, yung mga violations of the Safe Spaces Act. So, inulit lang natin, ulitin natin gender-based streets and public spaces. So, in regards of the ownership. Okay, so, kahit owner ka pa ng private place na yan, okay, na inopen mo for public to visit, ikaw na owner, wala kang karapatan na gawin kung ano man yung gusto mong gawin. Wala kang karapatang bastusin kung sino man ang taong nakaapak sa iyong private property. If that private property is open for the public. So, gender-based online sexual harassment. So, yan, bawal din. Okay, so that ends my discussion. Okay. Yes, hello po. So, may question po ba dyan? So, pwede naman po kayong magtanong sa aking, you can message me privately pag meron kayong doubts. Okay, sa ating na-discuss, so pwede po pag PM lang and we will answer pag meron po time. Okay, so hindi naman sa pinopromote ko yung program natin, but then again, we should use that platform to as well educate the people. So pwede naman po kayong makisama. We will be very glad if you wish to become part of the program na parang interactive siya, na pwedeng involve natin ang PNP for that activity. Pwede po. I encourage po na pwede po kayong makipag-participate as well, para kasi very influential yung influential yung ating social media, and the same time over the radio. So pwede po kayong maki-join po next time. Pag baka ako naman yung mag-ask ng favor, pwede naman po. Wag kayong una-una dyan, do not fear. Kasi ang lagi kong sinasabi, we are not perfect. Tayo naman, we commit mistakes. Kasi minsan, yan ang fear natin, na we might commit mistakes. Bakit Diyos ka ba? Diba? Na hindi kayo pwedeng magkamali. So even if we are lawyers, we do not know everything. Okay. Kasi kung alam mo na lahat, kahit sino ka pang magaling dyan, di Diyos ka na kasi alam mo na pala lahat, di ba? So, hindi naman tayo Diyos. Kaya, kung nag-commit ako ng mistakes and someone would call my attention, okay, tama, hindi ko pala na-highlight. Pero, hindi naman, it does not also mean na hindi naman natin iaaral ng todo yung ating dinidiscuss, dahil we are also sinabi ko nga na it's okay for us to commit mistakes, but then again, hindi naman. Yung mga basic naman dapat alam mo, yun naman yung point. Okay, so with that, thank you po for inviting, and I hope to be part again of this activity next time po. So good afternoon po sa lahat.
Thank you very much, Attorney, for the information. Before you are going to leave the Zoom conference, also the Municipal Services Representative. Thank you. Dedicated appreciation.
Okay, so no need na basahin kasi, di ba? Okay, so I really appreciate. So no need na basahin na. So ayos na ako dyan. Okay, so we are hindi naman sa I do not appreciate, kaya lang the mere fact that you entertain this kind of endeavor na you allow me to speak in front of you is already a privilege to me, para gamitin natin yung platform natin to also influence other people na we have this law and we need to observe it, and we do not sometimes we use this as an excuse, but then again the law says ano na yung sabi natin, ignorance of the law excuses no one. Okay, so yun yung point. Okay, so with that, thank you po sa lahat and have a good lunch pala. Kayo pala. Okay, so
Okay, thanks very much.
okay, permission to leave, pwede na po.
Oh,
Okay, sige. Okay, no problem.
Thank you, Attorney.
Yes.